Today, I want to talk about complaining. I know that complaining is quite an easy thing to do, and a lot of people, when they are confronted with the everyday, day to day, what they need to do on a daily basis in their lives, or what they need to do in order to improve their situation, or what they need to do as an entrepreneur, because Zimpreneurs is about entrepreneurship. One of the things that people find quite easy to do is to complain and also to place blame on other people, because that's the easiest thing to do. So I've been telling people, look, you need to stop complaining about the things that you cannot change. It's okay to complain about something that you can do something about, but if there's nothing you can do about it, I don't see why you need to carry on complaining, because nothing is going to change. In fact, it's just going to make you feel like you are inadequate because you're failing to solve this one thing that you complain about every day. So why not put aside the things that you know you cannot change? For example, you may complain about a government, but you cannot physically change how that government works overnight. So it's not something that you need to worry about, because it's not something that on a daily or day-to-day basis you can do something about. So it's not difficult to complain. In fact, it's quite easy. The difficult thing is implementing or execution, or carrying out or implementing ideas. That's the difficult part. In fact, it's so difficult to implement ideas that only about 1% of the people that actually, in fact, 1% of the total population of the world are the people that have figured out that complaining will not change their situation, but what they need to do is to implement. So they've been implementing ideas, and these are the people that have actually made it in life. So they are controlling about 99% of global capital. Okay, so the top 1% controlling 99%. Sometimes the top 10% controlling 90% of capital. Sometimes it's the 20%, the top 20. They command about 80% of the capital. And it's the same. If you look at any group of people and they're trying to implement something, it's always about 10% or 20% of the people who are actually going to do the work. The rest are interested. The rest, they like the idea of being part of a group which is doing something, but they're actually not doing anything, because execution is hard. So it's only the 10% that are able to implement, the 10% that are going to succeed on behalf of the other 90%. So even big companies can find it difficult, which is why big companies can go down. They can be taken out of business by newer companies, unless the older companies are also able to take themselves out of their current business into the new businesses that the new companies are coming up with. Okay, so this is why I respect people like Elon Musk, because he looks at the big problems and is able to execute, is able to implement, okay, by just looking at the big problems. Most of us have little problems, we have small problems we should learn to implement. For example, this Facebook page, the Zimpreneurs Facebook page, has gone for some time without a single video, but there are things that we talk about on a daily basis on the Zimpreneurs or on the Zimbabwe Business Forum WhatsApp group. We talk about a lot of things, but they are not making their way onto here because of just the lack of implementation. And this page should be at least getting 10 videos a day, okay, 10 blog posts a day, because with so many people in Zimpreneurs, you would expect that we should be able to produce as much content as possible. But things are going to change, because now we've discovered something called documenting. So documenting simply means that we talk about the challenges we're facing, because we've started something, we've done something which has never been done before. We've been able to group together a number of Zimbabweans with interests in entrepreneurship, and we've managed to set up a website. But most importantly, we've got social media presence. We have a Facebook page, we have a Facebook group, which is not active at the moment, but we are going to try and see. A lot of people who have joined the group are posting their adverts for their products, which is okay, but there's a problem with that. If you're just going to post adverts and you're not interacting with people, they have a tendency to want to reject adverts, because everybody's trying to sell something to them, unless it's something that they really, really want at that particular point. It's not something that I would encourage people to do, to just post and leave it there. Interact with people, let them know what you're about, let them know what you're doing. Then they may be open to buying something from you. Okay, so people like Elon Musk are quite basic. They just attack a single problem, they go for it. They attack the next problem, they go for it. As Zimpreneurs, I'd like to encourage people to implement instead of just complaining. Yes, those things they complain about are genuine concerns, okay? But nobody ever built a business out of complaining. That's what we need to remember. So as much as it is comforting to complain, to blame somebody else, to shift the blame, as much as it is something that we find natural to do, it is also something which is causing a lot of people to fail, because they spend time, and time is an important asset to have. It's an important form of capital to have. In fact, time is just as important as the actual physical assets that we think are capital, most of us. Time is the biggest asset, and we're losing it. We're losing it because of social media, which is the current state of the internet, which has allowed a lot of people to get to a lot of people. So the competition for your time is hotting up. It's become quite big. Everyone wants your attention. Social media wants your attention. The people on social media want your attention. Companies on social media want your attention. And because of that, we are short of time. We spend the whole day scrolling up and down social media feeds, Instagram feeds. We spend a lot of time on Snapchat, on Facebook, on Twitter, and we are interacting. But what we're really doing, if we're not aware of it, is, unless you're doing it because you are promoting a brand, but if you're just doing it because you are responding to what is being posted, then it's eating away into your time and you don't even know it.